yo, they waiting for it. The blazing bars, yo, they waiting for it. Hey, yo, the blazing bars, yo, they waiting for it. I said, what? The blazing bars, yo, they waiting for it. Hey, yo, the blazing bars, yo, they waiting for it.
Yo. Another episode. Once again,
it's on.
Blades and Bars TV.
Who song we got?
It's Beanie Siegel.
Yes, it is Beanie Siegel.
And Jay-Z off the State Property 2 album.
That's a fact,
Track
though.
number 1 or 2, I believe.
What we on? Episode 20? Season 2, episode 20?
Yeah, man.
I don't like y'all, man. Tired of hanging out with y'all.
Hey, man, do something about it.
What you mean? I wasn't even here last week. How you talking to me?
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, man. You was on CIAA.
How was that?
I hate
How
you
was the
because you
trip?
went down there by yourself.
I mean, I was gonna hold the
Shout
down.
out to the new cups.
Oh yeah, we got cups now. You know what I'm saying?
Single cup.
Oh, Corona.
Yeah, stop playing, bro.
You
Corona.
took a picture of my cup. You want to dab me? That's messed up. But anyway, Rap Nerd Lead.
It's your boy AJ.
Oh, it's your boy Fonz is back.
Back at it.
Shout
again.
out the hat. Who made that hat? Who made that hat?
Man, shout out to Endless Knots, man.
Endless Knots with the new hat.
Out here looking like Common, you know what I'm saying?
Niggas are coming.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just happy to be here.
You know
That's
what I mean?
it.
Yeah, nah, I'm happy to be here too.
The
what's
hat
up,
is
bro? I
definitely
can't see
dope. It's
myself.
colorful.
You want to feel yourself like Tweet?
Whoa.
I can't see myself, I said.
I know, but
Whoa.
the line after that.
Oh, got you.
Come on, man. That's what we do.
Nah,
Shout to Jay, man.
we ain't on nothing. Spotify. We ain't on Spotify.
Yeah, I feel
Refresh the page.
bang. So what's going on? It was another dry week, you think, musically?
Nah.
Nah, I'm joking.
Some heat came out. What you talking about?
What heat came out? Talk to me.
Jada.
Yes, Jada shit came
That
out.
was some heat.
Ooh. Yo, you want to box the other day?
We could do that.
Why you starting off with like this? With like this?
What you mean? You asked my opinion. You said.
So it wasn't.
I mean, it was cool. It died towards the end of the album. It started off really good though.
It started off amazing.
He started off like he went like 8 for 8. Like the first 8 tracks were like 5.
That's a fact.
And then it just died after that.
I mean, it didn't die.
No, it died, bro.
No, it didn't die.
Like the minute I heard Ty Dolla $ign was over, I'm like, yeah.
First of all,
I'm
Ty
going-
Dolla $ign don't miss.
Hold on.
He missed on
First
that
of
one.
all,
Like that.
He did totally.
how many tracks is on the album?
Like 16, is it? I forget.
Nah.
Let me check.
14,
14?
right? If I'm not mistaken, it's 14.
And you just said the first 8 was fire.
Yeah. So if it was
13 tracks. I was close. 13.
So the first 8.
I know it was
the first 8.
I wasn't obese.
And then it died after that. You know what I'm saying? I needed for the claims of Kiss. All right, let me paint the picture. For years, Kiss has said he's top 5 dead or alive, right?
Okay.
Without one LP.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, he's given us 4 LPs, and not one of them have been classic worthy or worthy of being called a classic.
This is a classic album.
What? You're crazy. You're out of control. But yeah, so until he gives us that classic album like that.
Wait, time out. He got 13 on here, and more than 8 songs are fire. It's good songs.
I need 13 to be fired. All 13.
So every classic album that's known to man has been fire from
That
start
is
to
a
finish.
fact.
Name them.
Okay. Got DMX, right?
That hasn't been. It wasn't fire start to finish.
Yes, it was. Every song. Wait, stop it. DMX first album. It's
you
Dark and Hell is
lying,
Out.
you lying.
That's a fact.
You lying.
It's Dark and
I'm
Hell
gonna
is
set
Out.
my blazing bars.
Let's do that. DMX. It's Dark and Hell is Hot. That's one. All the way through. No skips. Hard Knock Life, Volume 2. All the way through. No skips. Give It to Die Trying. All the way through. No skips. You want to keep going? That's 3.
No, you can skip over some songs.
What? What songs? What's
On
like-
every
Knock
project
it
you just
off.
name.
Every song you
You don't listen to those songs now. You don't listen to those albums right now and be like, I could do without this one and go to the next one.
I'm letting them play, bro. Every
No,
song.
that's not what I asked you.
That is what you asked me.
No. You said you're letting them play. I said, can you actually go to the album and go,
That's what I mean, though. That's what I mean.
can't skip this one.
When I-
Is any of the songs
No.
skippable
No.
on there?
There's no skips. That's the metric for a classic for me. No skips.
Okay.
All right, you want me to keep going? You want me to stop?
No. I think
I
you're
keep going.
I think you're lying, but
I
okay.
keep going. No, I keep going.
This is his classic album.
We got Kendrick's first album or second album. You want to call it Good Kid, Mad City? No skips.
You can skip on that too.
You're crazy.
Okay.
What else? I mean,
You can skip on that.
The Chronic, both Chronics. You're not skipping nothing on those.
You can skip songs on that too.
You're bugging, bro.
I'm talking about you don't have to have. You don't have to
do
listen.
it. For it to be an undeniable classic, you can't have no skips,
That's
bro.
not true. Go ahead.
You can't have skips on a classic.
50 Get Rich or Die Trying, you can skip some songs.
You
on there.
can't. There's 21 tracks of fire. What do you mean?
Everything
not every
you
last
just
one of them.
named,
Classics. They're all classics.
Not saying they're not.
everything you just named, I'm skipping.
something on there you
Y'all
can
not
skip.
real, man. That's the problem.
How that's not real?
Yo,
Hey, yo,
listen,
what-
man.
so what about what I'm saying?
Classic albums don't have skips, man. That's period.
That's
Point
not
blank
true.
period.
That's not true.
That's not true.
That's man. All right.
That's
Well,
it's really not true.
It's super true.
I understand where you're going and what we want it to be, but that's
that's what it is, though.
Absolutely,
That's just
true.
like
That's what it
That's
is,
not
though.
true.
That's just
DMX
like-
album had no skips. The first album had no skips. None
Okay.
whatsoever.
Jadakiss album is a classic album.
It's
Yo,
not a classic
listen,
album because
to
you
you.
have 5 straight skips. What are you
Yeah, let
talking
me
about?
just get it.
is
After track 8, I'm turning it
I'm
off.
gonna ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Is Machiavelli a classic album?
You can skip
No.
songs on that.
No, no.
Whoa, I swear, almost through the statue,
you said Machiavelli, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yo,
no, it's not a classic album compared to All Eyes on Me.
I don't want to talk to you no more, yo. I can't believe
no,
no,
listen.
All right.
Compared,
You know what?
compared
I'm
to
not
All
related
Eyes
to
on
you
Me,
right
All
right?
right, listen.
Compared to All Eyes on Me, right?
All Eyes on Me is a classic.
Yes, it is. I'm not skipping nothing on that. It's a double album too.
Nah, you can skip
No
songs on
skips.
that shit,
Come
too.
on, nah, we're not doing that.
Nah, you can skip songs on there.
Oh, yeah, Blueprint's another classic. No skips. If you want to talk about that. So that's
Everything-
That's 2 J albums we're not skipping. Come
Let
on,
me tell you
man.
like this, right?
Nah, it's 2. Illmatic. No skips.
The only person that I rock with bigger than Jim Jones is Pop
Right.
to the death.
So
To-
Pop
to-
don't got no classics.
So I would skip him. Depending on my mood, I'm skipping. I just skipped Against All Odds not too long ago. I wasn't in that mood.
I'm not skipping nothing, bro.
I'm
I
just
wasn't
saying,
in
right.
that mood.
Huh?
He's right.
He's
It
not
depends
right.
what mood you in.
Okay.
You can't be in a mood.
I'm in a classic mood most of the time, so I listen to classics, and I'm not skipping none of them.
You not real.
I am real.
You're not real.
You're not being,
so-
I
I'm so-
don't think you're really being honest.
I am being
Yeah,
honest.
come on.
Every time I listen to DMX first album, I'm not skipping anything because it's a classic album, and classic albums don't have skips.
So you're in every mood. So you.
I mean, no.
Oh, never mind. You're back in the dark with your Black and Mal again.
Yeah, for sure.
Never mind.
For sure.
He's in the corner with Black and Mal. You know what I mean?
Nah, but honestly though,
I forgot.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out honorary guest, Rich from the Bronx. He ain't here today.
Yeah, shout to RBX, man. We out.
RBX, I'm sorry. My guy.
He not here.
Nah, you're not coming.
He not coming.
Nah, that's cool though.
He got work.
Oh, all right.
It happens. But yeah, classics, like the definition of a classic is
I hope
no
he come
skips.
up.
You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. I could be, according to y'all, I'm wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong.
All
So
right.
I rock
No,
with
no,
that.
no. You're not being realistic though.
I am being realistic. A
that's
classic
not
not supposed to
true,
have
man.
skips, bro.
Yeah, but maybe at that time we
What
probably
classic-
listened.
what
We probably
classic has
listened to,
skips,
at
yo?
the time we probably listened to all of the songs straight through. But as
But
time
I
went
can still
on,
do it to this day, bro.
as time went on, we're not saying you can't do it.
So that means it's a classic.
Depending on the mood you're in.
Yo, you can't.
That's fine. I mean,
I'm not listening to every song on the Blueprint. On a Blueprint.
That's
Not
wild
but
to me.
On a Blueprint. I can skip some songs on there.
that's cool. But listen,
Because now it's different. It's different. I want to hear certain songs for different moods.
to his
and all
point,
that.
well, I guess to both your points now. If you're in a mood to hear something and you go to it, that's the classic for the day.
But that
Like,
might not be the.
I may
that
not- I
song
may not
might
wanna
not
listen
be
to
it for the day.
But I may not want to
I'm
listen
not saying
to
the song is trash though. That's what you felt to
No,
realize.
I didn't make that point. What I'm saying is, if I want to listen to DMX tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm already in that mood to listen to DMX, so I'm gonna listen to all his classic material,
Mm-hmm.
and it happens to be his first album, so I'm gonna let it rock. Now Tuesday, I may want to hear Jay all day, and I want to listen to X, so I'm gonna put myself in a position where I can listen to all the classic Jay material, and
All right.
that's what it is.
So,
That makes sense now. Or no?
for the record,
No, all right, okay.
you're bugging.
I'm not. That's cool though.
You're bugging. And get back to Jada. That shit was a classic album. I don't care what you're saying.
It just came out. Wait, hold on. First of all, it came out on Friday. How's it a classic?
Listen, it's gonna. I'm sorry, you're right. It's gonna be a classic album. It's gonna go down as a classic album.
Fine.
Let me say that back because I'm on the same type of time you on. It's too early to say it, but from what I like sonically, what I heard, the bars, how he put the project
Jay
together
hasn't
from start to
progressed
finish.
bar wise in 20 years, man. What are
Nah,
you
he
talking about
did.
the bars,
Nah.
bro?
Listen, 2 months from now, we're still gonna be talking about how dope that project is.
I doubt it.
6 months from now,
I
we gonna
promise
still
you,
be-
we gonna talk about it in 2 weeks.
And is in the summertime
In
where
2
we
weeks.
got in the summertime where you got
In the summertime-
summer jam, you got all the jams, you got all the things that's moving. You got
Splash
the, you got
Fest in
the
Philly.
you got the cookouts coming. You got
No one's
you know what I'm
playing Jadakiss
saying?
at the cookouts,
Nah,
man.
You got iHeartRadio. You got Made in America.
And that's fine, and none of that's happening.
yo, I said, are you hating on
I'm
Jada,
not.
bro?
No, I'm not.
I feel like you are.
I'm not hating. I'm being realistic.
All right, so just so I know, Lupe
Another-
album was trash, and it wasn't a classic.
You're just
album.
saying that because I'm a Lupe fan. That's fine.
It wasn't. People can say that.
It was a
There's
classic
people
album.
gonna say that they skipped songs, so it wasn't a classic.
People that skip songs
And
on
it
Lupe
wasn't
fans.
nominated as trash.
The metric that you have for it is trash.
It don't matter.
It does matter.
All right. Speaking
Come
of
on, Bayou.
classics,
Okay, go ahead.
shout out to Fab.
Ooh,
He
Fab.
just had his concert at the Apollo,
He did.
He did, and we didn't go.
and he brought out everybody.
And I hate y'all because I ain't know nothing about it, and no one told me about it, and I would have been in the building if
Oh,
y'all
you
would have
didn't
told. I didn't. If I knew that Fab had a concert at the Apollo, bro, I would have paid front row seat tickets for that.
Oh yeah.
I would have been in front row. And I what?
Jim was gonna be there, so I know.
That shit is disgusting.
Does Fab have a classic album?
I would say yes.
Which one is it?
The very first one,
Ghetto Fabulous is a
Ghetto
classic?
Fab was classic, and he got classic. You
I'm
don't.
not talking about mixtapes. I'm talking about albums.
Yeah, I think that was a classic. And so you disagree with me, son?
Of course, 100%. It's not a classic album. It's dope, but it's not.
Fab has classic music.
Classic. I said classic albums. I'm not
Listen to what I just said.
I heard what you said.
Fab has
So let me ask you a
classic
question.
Yes, sir.
Is Fab? Would you say Fab in your top 25?
No. He's in my top 30, not 25 though. I mean, keeping it real, man. Listen, man. Fab. I don't know what.
You know what?
I don't know what.
You are
spell
not.
Fab got y'all
I hate
under.
that we're related, bro. Like
Wow.
I honestly
You are
hate
not
that we're related.
the rap nerd anymore.
That's a fact. This
You
25
are,
rappers is way better than Fab. What are you talking
It's
about?
not 25 rappers.
That's
better
you.
than Fab.
That's
You
true.
are
You're
not
lying.
the rap nerd.
Who am
You
I?
are a rap nerd that's biased.
I'm not biased.
You're a biased nerd.
You're a biased nerd.
Yo,
Very biased nerd.
I'm not. There's clearly. I mean, it's you on the mic, but there's clearly 30 rappers better than Fab. Clearly, bro. And I'm
You a
talking about.
liar.
You know what?
I'm
And
talking
there's
about. I'm talking about.
clearly 30 million people who can hear better than you.
That's not true.
That's true. That's
not
a
true,
fact.
man. Yeah.
Yo, you bugging.
I'm not bugging.
Yo, you're
You
not the
bu-
rap
yo.
nerd no more.
Nah,
You're
nah,
just,
never
you-
that.
You
That's-
just live.
Nah, bro. You can't. Nah, we're not doing that. But what I'm saying
What
is,
do
because there's clearly 30 rappers better than Fab.
It's not.
It is, man.
Okay.
It's not. And we could do this on another episode, but that's not
I'm
true.
gonna name them too, but don't worry about it.
It's not 30. Don't put Lupe in there.
Oh, he's that's not even a question, bro.
No,
it's not even a
Lupe is
question. Yo, he'll wrap circles around Fab. It's not
You
even,
bugging. No, he will not.
bro. You don't even listen to Lupe. What are you talking about?
I listened to him enough to know that he will not.
Nah, bro. Whatever. You're not gonna do that.
You ain't never heard a Fab verse and go woo and make the what face?
No, I have, but Lupe too. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's another episode. We'll get into that. I'll bring the list of all the rappers
I'm
that are
not
better than
related
Fab.
to you no more. Bro. I
Right.
swear
That's
to God,
fine.
I don't
Speaking
want to be
of-
related to him no more.
You know,
Blood stick in the water, man. You can't change. You can't quit me, bro.
Yo, you done, bro. I'm not related to y'all.
actually,
You.
What's up, man?
blood is not thicker than water.
I know. We learned that in the basics. So.
Okay,
Shout
so
to Styles, who's also better than Kiss, but you know what I mean. And Fab.
That's a good debate.
Two things.
I ain't gonna. That's hard.
Right.
That's hard. That's a hard topic that I don't want to
Did
touch.
y'all hear about
sticky,
um
sticky icky?
the Locks telling the story about how they're about to have to stab Mike Tyson?
Yes, I did. A while ago, yeah, I heard that story.
Yeah. And
The
They,
Locks got a
they
lot of
had no
stories.
choice but to jump him.
I
Like,
mean,
Yeah.
come on, that's Mike Tyson.
one of them going to die.
Sheik
before
he was the runner up to die.
Donnie
Yeah,
G.
he had no choice.
That
Shout
was
to
a good
Donnie
story.
G, man.
Also, speaking of music, etc., how do y'all feel about the Megan Thee Stallion situation?
I got
I feel no way about it.
I got a 2-prong approach to the situation.
Saying, I think. All right. Okay. Go, let's go. What you got?
Mainly because I'm a cynic.
Okay.
So I kind of like on one side of my brain, I feel like it's like a publicity stunt, low key.
7 days before your album drop, huh?
You know what I'm saying? Like it feels weird. Like I don't.
7 days before
You know.
your album drop, huh?
And it's
Right
like
back. 50 voice.
I feel like it's something that's.
Go that way. Go that way.
Oh yeah, go that way. I feel like it's something that's being done within the industry now, and it's just like. I don't like it. I don't like how it's. I don't like the optics of it. Now it
What
could
do you
very
mean exactly? You don't like? It's an industry,
because
like, what
I
do you
feel like with the industry, a lot of these tactics that are being used to promote music and sell records, they're getting so drastic to the point where they're stopping at nothing. to play on people's emotions so they can be in tune with whatever product that they're trying to put out. And I don't think that's genuine. You know what I mean?
She said the label.
Yeah, for sure.
But the label, I mean, she was on. It was more of an independent grind than an actual label.
Yeah, but
like
I mean,
a major label.
Yeah, but
right?
no, but she was in hopes of being signed to a major label. So like, you have a lot of parties. You have her original production label, which is 1501, I believe it's called.
1501 certified.
And then
okay.
You know, with the parent company now being Rock Nation. I mean 300. My bad.
Because Rock Nation manager.
Right. So like, and all that's like, I don't know. It just feels.
So I feel like this is my take on it, right? A, it's business, right?
Of course.
So when I heard what she earned, which was upward of $7 million.
That's a lot of bread,
right? For the year or currently, right? And this is an independent label, right? So it's not like she was signed to a major,
right?
Right. Where they typically have a budget for you based on what they think that they can recoup from what they put out.
Right.
So the grind is a little bit different.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? You agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
So far,
from a independent standpoint. So they're getting majority of the bread back that they kick out.
And I think that's where the conflict like came from. Because
let me tell you. Let's break it down, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So it comes out that there was a 60-40 split, not a 50-50 split,
which
right?
is insane.
Well, you don't think it should? What should it be?
It shouldn't be 60-40.
It should be what?
It should be way, like the deal. I mean, because what's up, brother? The 60-40 wasn't in favor of Megan, which is what was nuts with the contract.
But should it be?
Nah, I mean, like, well, the contracts, in my opinion, the contract should be artist friendly. So meaning that it shouldn't be 60-40 by way of label. Like, she should be getting.
Is artists putting up the money for the promotion?
Right. I know. I mean, I know what it sounds like.
Look at it in business.
Real quick. So, hey, cuz, introduce yourself. We talking about the Megan Thee Stallion deal. So just jump on to everybody who you are, Instagram, whatever you want to do. Then we're going to jump back to the Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, sorry to
go ahead.
interrupt y'all. My name Bob. Nice to meet y'all.
All right, Bob.
Heard a lot about you fellas.
Yeah.
Come to the mic, cuz.
Heard a whole lot about you fellas.
Yeah. We working.
You're actually talking about something I was just talking about too. So
even better. Okay.
So, yeah. So
Megan Thee Stallion is 60-40.
Right.
And you saying you want it more
towards the artist, in
right?
my
But
opinion.
let's
I mean,
look,
but
let's
I
look at
do
the work, right?
agree with what you're about to say.
Well,
Like,
let's bust it down. 60-40,
Right, for sure,
right?
for sure.
7 million.
Yeah.
They get 4 points. The label get 4.2 million. She made $2.8 million.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And she didn't put up none of the money for the promotion.
Right.
They booked all the studio time. Like, they did everything behind the scenes to make sure that she popped.
Right.
They're not supposed to get their money back.
No, they are 100%.
Also,
I agree with you on that.
It's a label, right?
Right.
So that means I got more than one artist. So because I got to put this money up for you, I got to put this money up for this artist.
Right.
And how many other artists we sign? Some of them might be ready, or they ready, but you taking all our bread because you the main artist, right?
Right.
So I got to get that $4.2 million
It's going to go for the bigger
the
people.
money. The money that I put out. I gotta put that back. I gotta make money. I gotta live too.
Right.
And then I gotta take some of that money and put it back into the company.
New artists never pay attention to that.
No,
The money
I
they
feel
gotta
you.
get back.
So
I agree with you.
So is it really unfair? The answer is no. Would she like majority of the money?
Of course.
Absolutely.
100%.
Right, but if she was on a big major deal, they probably would do the exact same thing.
All right,
Yeah,
first
no,
of all,
like, I'm gonna cut you off, but it's like to piggyback what you're saying. It's like a lot of the deals that are being gotten, I guess, or begat or whatever. That is a standard deal, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's like morally standard. If that makes sense.
What is wrong? Tell me the morals wrong. Like, tell me how morally that's wrong.
No,
That's
I'm
actually
not.
the
I'm not saying
most
that I agree with
average
it.
and decent deal
No, it's
right
average.
now.
It's average. No, I'm
A
agreeing
lot
with
of
y'all.
artists
I'm
ain't
not-
touching that 60.
That's a fact.
all right.
They're
But
not
they
even
should,
touching
though.
40.
But they should though.
Two
That's a
things.
fact.
They're not even touching 40.
Two things we talked about already. The rap deals We call them the Diddy deals, right? All right.
Sounds crazy, but I feel you.
Hold on.
That's not a Diddy deal, but it's a lot of Diddy deals.
Right,
out here.
That's a fact.
We already talked about the Diddy deals, right?
So don't
if you
disrespect Diddy like that,
No.
man. It's over.
But
That's his culture, though. That's his culture,
let's
though.
be real.
All right.
He got a classic album too.
I'm trying to stand.
Hold on. No. So listen, but listen though, right? We talked about deals, right? So as an artist coming in, whether you're a new artist or not, you done, and nowadays you don't watch all these bio clips or all these, groups and people talking about how they deals wasn't cut right. You have to learn. You got to take accountability for something. You got to learn and understand,
But
right?
deal wasn't dirty, though.
No, but I'm gonna cut this off again. The other point is, in business, when you're the head runner in business, you always going to look out for yourself. So the label is going to make sure that we're going to win no matter what. So if you flop, it's cool. We're going to win no matter what.
gotta get our
Now,
money
as an
regardless.
artist, you have to make sure when you sign these deals or anything you're doing that you're going to win no matter what. You can't let it go through and then be like, oh, no, I didn't win. That's what you got lawyers for. That's what you pay attention for. You have to make sure and negotiate that you also win no matter what.
Like
Go ahead.
Now I understand like she's not satisfied with what she got, but artists now like with like technology now, you see everything going on. Like you got to be more on point when you signing shit, man. Or excuse my language, when you signing things, man, you got to really be on point. Even though I really don't think that was a bad deal, it's just not what she wanted.
Yeah.
Like,
But that's why I say you have, as an artist, you have to negotiate and make sure you win no matter what.
yeah.
I just want.
It's hard to do though because, I mean, cut you off, but like it's hard. It's hard to do because a lot of the language in these contracts aren't necessarily made for people to understand.
So that's why you
right.
hire people to
Lawyers.
That's why
But
you hire people to
I
understand.
know that, but what I'm saying is when you're 18, 19, 20, you don't have that wherewithal yet. You know what I'm saying? So
Nah,
that's
she
why
know. Nah,
she knows now, but she didn't know then.
She knew then.
Nah, I don't agree. But
No, she knew that. She went off. This is my homeboy. We've been rocking
Yeah,
for a
for
while.
sure,
They
for
take
sure.
it. But she knew that.
From
though.
what I heard, her mom's was more knew more than she did though.
And her mom's is there. Her mom's is still there every
yeah,
step of the way.
but like because someone cares about you, don't mean that they understand.
Nah, but I don't think that was a
you're
bad deal. I like your, but I don't think it was a bad deal. Like look at it, man. Look at it. She didn't get lit on her own, right?
Fair.
Without a label, right? She didn't get super hot because if that was the case, she wouldn't have needed them. The label, she would have been able to.
Basically, you're saying she didn't have leverage.
Right.
So
She didn't have leverage.
So in other words, she wasn't a Soldier Boy Tekashi type.
Well,
You know what I
I mean,
mean?
she was doing the freestyles back then.
and they were popping though.
Yeah,
but
it
it wasn't that over the hill.
But she
It
didn't
wasn't
have-
that over the
but
hill
she didn't
jump.
have-
Right.
But she didn't have a song that
Facts.
made the record labels come to her.
But
her.
before she got that major push, she did have a nice following on the internet.
She did. You got a nice following.
It was
Yeah.
crazy.
But what? Okay. nowadays,
Like
it's
young
not
men-
about the actual freestyle that was it because she got a following. She was a
Right.
female, and I followed her from the beginning.
Yeah, me
that's how I
too.
know, right? She was freestyling her ass off. People was loving it because the transition of female taking over was like at an all-time high at this point.
Yeah.
Right?
It was starting to boil over.
So those freestyles was going viral. I seen them
Yeah,
on Twitter,
ASAP.
on Facebook, on Instagram. They was going crazy because she was so ill that the women when the women supported her, it just made guys open their eyes. Right?
Got a question.
Hold on.
Okay.
She didn't have a hit song to back that up to where the record labels came, where they was able to step in and help guide her through. All right, well,
I understand that.
you can make now you can let's make the music to where you got that song where we can start.
I understand that.
That makes sense.
I got a question though.
Go ahead.
So with all that being known now, the way, like you said, like a couple minutes ago, like how things are happening nowadays, shouldn't the language and the way these deals are constructed, shouldn't that evolve too? Because we're still going off deals that were done in the 90s.
Evolve meaning what though?
Like,
That's a good question. What do you mean?
evolve and in terms of the 60-40 deal, whatever.
No.
I'm just saying.
It's not a bad
You
deal.
can't.
It
you
sound
can't-
like you-
listen.
I walked away with
Hold on.
almost $3 million.
Hold on.
That I never had
Listen
in my
what
life.
I'm saying.
I'm just being honest.
I feel you, but I'll get to that. I'll get back to that. But the point I'm trying to make is that if the label, I mean, if everything is new, if everything is changing, and if everything is evolving, why are we still going by these archaic deals?
I mean,
Business.
they got
It's
yeah,
business.
right.
Yeah, but
they got a piece of everything she
But
did.
isn't that the
She got a-
first rule
they
of
got- they
business
got a
to
piece
always
of-
go with the
It
times and
sounds
evolve with it?
so messed up what I'm about to say,
Yeah.
but they need that coded language in those contracts to get what they
And
put
I
in
agree with you.
That's a fact.
I agree with
to
you.
make a profit.
No,
if
I feel
they
you.
don't
need to make
code
their
it,
money back, right?
Yeah, I
if they
know.
don't code it,
But they're-
a
but-
lot of these artists will be jerking these labels.
That's
They put
true.
up a lot of money and
true.
work for these artists.
So again, it goes back to my point. I gotta make sure I win no matter
Yes.
what. The label's gonna make sure I win
That's
no
right.
matter what.
I just
win
feel
or
like-
lose. If you pop, I win. If you lose,
I
win.
win.
if you're an artist coming into it as a business person, and you should, a lot of them don't be business people or whatever.
Right.
You should look at it
Which
how
is the gag, I
yeah,
feel.
put yourself in the label shoes. The label's not going to try to think more about you than themselves.
Well, the label
So you-
by itself is a pyramid scheme anyway. But
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's a different conversation.
Yeah.
But, you know, whatever.
But the label is all right. Look. I don't care. You
It's
can
not-
call it a pyramid scheme.
It is, though.
I don't really care about that because the people that's taking the chance is the label every time.
yeah, but
Because
it-
you can put up
it
a
doesn't
brick,
make it doesn't
and
make
they lose money, and now they're gonna keep you on there until they can recoup something from
Facts.
it.
It
doesn't-
sounds crazy,
it doesn't
but I
make it less of a
understand.
pyramid scheme though, just because they put up the money first. That's what,
It's still a pyramid.
by
scheme.
definition, that's a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
The pyramid
still
scheme
is.
put up the money first.
No, I'm just saying, by definition, that's what happens in that line. Like you,
The whole
You know what
setup.
I'm saying? Like the whole setup, basically. Like,
and again,
and
so
then,
I can
and then,
see.
to
and
your
then-
point,
I can't see, but I can
hold on,
understand.
listen.
They say that.
And to his point, so again, all I have to do is show up in my flip flops and white tee, go in this booth that you paid for this engineer that you paid for, and just
Right.
talk on this mic.
Yep.
And then I walk out and I gotta check in my bank account for X, Y, and Z.
It's definitely not that easy. As you make.
But-
it
I mean,
seem.
but
that-
he's summing it up.
Yeah, how they look at
how
it
they
from the
look at
artist's
it.
perspective,
Yeah, yeah.
which is crazy.
which is why it's wrong, because
How
you're
is
preying
it
on
wrong?
you're preying on
just-
people's insecurities and
No,
and,
it ain't. It's
It's
no
a
praise.
business.
It's
It
not
is.
a prey, bro.
It's a predatory practice in
At
general.
this
What are you talking
moment,
about?
it's not.
This is why I said
Yo, if I
it
put
might
a hit-
sound crazy,
Go ahead.
but he's right though. But it's a business.
No, but it's
No, I feel
business.
you, and I agree with that, and that's what's disheartening about it, because it is like at the end when it all boils down, it is a business, and I understand that.
Right.
But for me, being the bleeding heart person of the group,
I understand.
I feel a way about it. You know what I'm saying?
No, I
So-
feel the way too. No, don't get me wrong.
Right.
I feel for the old girl because she probably wanted more of a 50-50 deal. But at the end of the day,
You gotta work towards
but
that.
here's the thing, though.
or
Here's the
know
thing.
what you working
You gotta-
into.
One, she didn't have any leverage for that deal. Second, even if we can talk about something totally different now at this point.
Right.
Now you bust down to $7 million and it's 50-50. But the deal, the way the deal structure is, now you got to pay for more of the stuff out of your pocket.
Now you're losing money.
And now you back at $2.8 million. You understand what I'm saying?
Listen, you know what?
It could be she could have got 50-50.
At the end of
She
the
couldn't
day,
get 100%. Is what I'm saying. She
Well,
can't
no,
get 100%.
yeah, but never, unless you're independent.
So then, how is this a bad deal?
it's not.
It's a bad deal when
Because Jay said it was bad.
I don't know. I don't know what Jay said. I don't know.
Listen,
I
I don't know
wasn't
what
there.
Rock Nation
I wasn't
said.
there. You know what I'm
But
saying?
I'm going to associate Rock Nation with Jay-Z.
One day I'll
They
figure it out, but-
they're actually the people that saw the flaws in the I wouldn't call it flaws, but the stuff that she didn't agree with in the
Okay,
contract.
but at the same time, Jay wouldn't have got to where he's at in his Rock Nation situation if he didn't go through.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's about to prove.
You know what I mean? If he didn't go through,
What did he go through, though? Because he was independent when he came in.
Nah,
the
not really.
partnerships he made,
yeah.
he knew
Initially, he
so
was independent.
much that
Initially, he was
the
independent.
deals he was.
They put out.
Well, I don't want
want
to say the deals, the partnerships that he had. He knew so much in the beginning. Well, his team knew so much that he never really had a bad deal with nobody.
no, not bad deal. What I'm saying is like the situation with him and Rock Nation. Granted, him and Rockefeller. He's you still gotta go through stuff for you to learn other stuff that you don't want to do. This is what I'm saying. Her deal, it wasn't the best of her. Okay. So the next time you get another deal and an opportunity, now you know more.
Which is what
know
you tried
I mean?
to do.
So,
which is what she wanted to do. She
Okay.
wanted to restructure and
her
renegotiate her
contract
contract.
ain't up
but
yet.
the contract,
It's not up
doesn't-
yet.
yeah,
That's true.
it don't work
Yeah.
like that. You
Let me,
just,
I know.
let me ask you a question.
that's
Let
just
me-
hold on. I'm gonna
No,
go.
I feel y'all though.
Listen,
I feel
that's
y'all.
just like
all right,
nobody
so long as you
comes
feel me, I gotta
in
ask.
the game. Listen, nobody comes in this
Yeah, I know, I
game
know.
owning their masters.
Some people do.
some
If you're
people do.
independent-
I can't name them right now, but they
If you're
do.
independent,
listen.
you can.
Some, but
It's rare.
the majority
Yeah,
of
you're right.
you don't come in owning your masters. You know,
No. You can't come in owning your masters. It depends on
how
if
much
you get a
leverage you got?
deal. If you get a deal to where you can own your masters,
But
if
that's
they
what
doing it.
But that's what I'm
But
saying.
no one's doing that because then you like why would I give away my leverage off rip?
This is what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
But one thing
I
that
feel
makes
y'all.
me so mad with these artists is so much information out here. They should be way more educated than they are in the music
But again,
music
and
industry.
that's why I feel away because a lot of these labels will prey on the ignorance of a starving artist, quote unquote. So they're like, "Yo, we're
That's
gonna."
business.
yeah,
And
so much
business,
information.
by definition, is dirty. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Business
why
is
I'm-
not dirty.
It is. Come on,
Now
man.
business is dirty, but it's all felt.
It come with it.
everybody.
Nah,
It's
it
a
does
dirty
come
game.
with it.
No, it's a
Business
very
is
dirty.
dirty.
You gotta be cut
Very
though, right?
dirty. Yes, you do.
So no, I feel you. So I'm saying, but that
Yes, you do.
Me-
in every aspect of business.
Yeah, it
is
doesn't
dirty.
matter where
Right.
it's at.
From the bottom to the top.
Right.
Because people at the bottom is trying to get to the top and they playing dirty.
I could do
And the
business with
people-
family, and I still be looking at them like I know there's gonna be some dirty business in my go.
and it's crazy.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
feel like that's foul because, again, to bring back to my earlier point,
Money rules the world, man.
It does.
It's about
no,
a
it
dollar
does. It does.
at the end of the day.
which is sad. But you know that takes the soul out of a lot of things. But yeah, like I was saying, damn.
It sounds crazy, but I wanted to say that.
So
I mean, what about the soul, man? We need
Business,
that. We need the
business.
soul,
Business
bro.
doesn't have a
I'm gonna
soul,
tell you
man.
something, man.
I
When
know.
When I jumped in the game, you feel me? One thing my pops told me, right?
Jesus Christ.
So, two things you never sold: your soul and your asshole. Everything else is for sale. Soul and your asshole. Everything
I
else.
never heard that, but I like that. No.
Everything else is for sale.
Right.
Like right now, if I get a hit on Instagram and say somebody want my hat, cool. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna steam it. I'm gonna clean it. I'm gonna put it in a nice package and I'm selling it.
Yeah, but that a hat is not your soul, though. You feel me?
Exactly. Everything's for sale except for my soul and my asshole.
He just said.
Yeah,
the
no, I
soul is
feel
not
you,
for sale.
but business
That's
is soulless.
business. That's business.
But that's soulless, though, right? So if
That's
you're not
business.
selling your soul, then what's the point?
Sounds
You know
so
what I'm saying?
cliche, but it's
Like that's
business.
crazy to me, yo. Like I'm not saying sell your soul, but what I'm saying is like if
So
you
when
if
we
you
get
covered
lit,
into
when we
it-
get super lit, I gotta protect you because they gonna
Yeah.
rob you. 'Cause they
You'll
gonna
be
rob
the
you.
one
who,
that they-
who gonna rob me?
Hold on,
No,
listen.
they really gonna hearing
gonna prey
this.
on you,
You're
not
the person that they're gonna
prey
go at with
on.
all
Yeah.
the opportunities
They're
and everything.
gonna separate us three and go to you and go like, yo,
It's
nah.
good.
You think so?
That's a
That's a
fact.
fact,
That's
yo.
a fact.
You
I
hear
done
what you
did
saying
business
right
like
now? You
that.
have a heart.
But it's
I do have a heart.
I don't care. I literally don't care.
So why would they go after me and not you?
Because you're the one that they can reason with. I'm not. You can't reason with me.
you think from there first.
Y'all know that. There's no reasoning with me.
Hey, you know how Tommy Brown get down? They ain't coming this way.
Exactly.
But you know,
So you the only.
but you know, all three of y'all compliment each other. They can never do nothing dirty to y'all if y'all work together.
That's a
That
fact.
ain't
That's a
gonna
fact.
let that happen.
But when they start, you're the person that they're gonna come to first.
That's a fact.
With everything before they
When you
tell
on
one of
Barnes
them.
and Noble picking up a nice
telling
book,
you.
somebody's gonna pop it to you.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
You a nerd, aren't you?
I follow
And as
you.
grimy
Have you
as
ever
it
thought-
sound, that's
have you
how the
ever thought
most
about-
wealthy men move.
Yeah,
Yo.
that's a fact. I know.
Aren't you a rap nerd? Listen, I got something for you. You want to sign over Blazing Bars? Like
I'm definitely not that dumb,
I'm
bro.
just
Like,
saying.
They ain't gonna say it like
Nah,
that, but
they
they
ain't gonna
might
say it
be.
like that.
Nah,
What we
but I'm
say
smarter
earlier,
than people
coded.
realize,
They
bro.
gonna code it though.
Code
They can
it.
code it, but
I am
I'm on
going-
point, bro.
Walking there and I'm gonna go in there and turn the Dame Dash.
Yeah, like that's crazy. You just say that like
I'm
when
dead ass serious.
Like when they said Jay was grimy, I never thought he was grimy over that. He was just looking at it from a businessman perspective. As much money as Rockefeller was making, he felt like Dame made him lose money that he.
Don't hit the table.
Oh my fault. He felt like Dame made him lose a lot of money.
He did.
That he could have made.
he did. Dame did do that. We talked about that last week.
Last
right?
week, yeah.
For last,
I was
no,
there.
last week.
No, he was downstairs talking about it.
Yeah. We talked about that. Dame did. I mean, Dame. I understand where Dame was coming from, though.
Yeah.
Right. So
I do.
Dame came from a more of a what happened?
Make sure we win no matter what. But in the process, he was losing.
Correct.
His mind state was like I always say, it's business. Make sure we win no matter what. But while you was winning, you was pushing off other money that you could have got.
Yeah, he did.
So
he didn't know
So?
when. He didn't know when.
He didn't know when to cut it off.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it was like
Yeah.
it was that's the real definition is a time and a place for everything. And
He didn't know the time.
He didn't know the time or the place.
Nah, he knew the place. He just know the time.
Oh, got it, all
Yeah, I
right,
feel
yeah.
you. Nah, I feel you.
So I mean, that's where that came from.
But again,
Because it's no way that Jay is where he at and Dame is
For sure.
not right there.
for sure,
I
Because
understand.
Dame, not for nothing.
put him in position to win.
Yes.
100%.
They put each other.
Again,
No. Before Jay got to be Jay, Dame was in there barking and making sure Jay
right.
got everything Jay got.
Exactly.
Right, but he
Before-
that product.
But what happened was, it was when Dame didn't have no more leverage.
Yeah.
Dame ran out of leverage.
Because Jay was the leverage.
And when Jay got a chance to go, hold on, somebody pulled Jay to the side.
There you go.
See?
and said,
I like
and
that.
said,
I like
now,
that.
Jay, now you could be
Yeah.
you could be 500 M's here, but your man is stopping you from getting that 500 M's.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do about that? And they didn't say it like that. They just show him all the things that he could be a part
Whoever
of.
he talked to probably showed him a year, 2 years, 3 years
Yeah.
prior, and he watched it all not
Right.
crumble, but watched the money go down.
And he could have said, "See this?
Yeah.
I can help you get this if you want it,
Right.
but we gotta cut him off. How we gonna do that?"
Right.
And then he said, "All right,
But I mean, but that brings it back
and
to
then,
my initial.
and then Dame killed himself again by making Cam. Oh, I got a reason now to cut you off, and that's all you needed. It was a reason.
I mean, yeah, but again, I guess like the salient point I'm trying to make is that a lot of this stuff is revolves back to old ass deals. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about stuff from 2000, literally 20 years ago now. But it's the same practices being done. Like that's what I think needs to change. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all I'm trying to say. I know
I'm keeping
business.
it
You know how they
100%.
hit
Okay.
it? They just
You
they
feel what I'm
just
saying, though?
they just made the 360 look different. That's the only thing.
That's
I
what it was,
think
'cause she
changed.
signed a 360.
definitely
Because
360.
she signed a
without
360.
question.
A lot
Without
of people
question.
don't even know what the 360 is. They just hear it
or
or
what it
see it,
encompasses. Yeah.
and they just run away from it. So they tweak that a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, she signed a 360
Definitely
Yeah, she
changed the
did.
language. You know what I'm saying?
with a 60-40 split.
Now,
Yeah, the split was different.
Yeah, the split.
speaking of, you know,
They ain't rape her. They gave her something.
If she wouldn't have did nothing, they
2.8
probably
mil.
would have did soon.
no, they I'm not gonna
raped
say they raped. They held her hand afterwards.
Oh, man. Wow. Yeah, wow.
They rubbed her back a little bit.
Relax, yo.
After
Relax.
you
know what?
Relax, yo.
You're right. We're gonna walk. Speaking of, you know,
Walk that back,
Texas, you know, Megan
Nah,
Thee
we're not
Stallion.
condoning rape, man. Not condoning
Anyway,
rape.
speaking of, you know, Texas, Megan Thee Stallion, et cetera, et cetera. Texas, in a way, South by Southwest,
Damn, they hurt my heart, man.
is canceled.
I
Great
was
segue,
gonna
sir.
be out there, South
Yo,
by
was-
Southwesting it up.
I was legit excited. You know what I'm saying?
I was excited too because I had the whole swindle.
Y'all just
When I
killed
had-
it. I didn't even know
a,
that.
We had a stage. You cannot forget that.
Wow.
We had artists coming. Like
We
we
did. Yes, we did.
we
That's what I'm saying.
Blazing Bars had
That's
artists
what I'm
coming.
saying. It was about to
perform.
be a movie, man.
We did.
Yeah.
What's the story behind that? Wow.
Well,
Coronavirus.
yeah.
Oh my God. This,
Yeah, you can't
this
drink
is
no more.
killing everything. Yeah, I really heard they lost like 2 mil.
Yeah,
Maybe
because
more.
people are ignorant. But
But actually, the show technically is still going on.
no,
Some of the
it's canceled.
underground,
No, it's canceled.
some of the underground events are still
Oh yeah,
happening.
yeah, the underground events. Yeah,
But
they could die if
That's
they want to.
Let's
amazing.
go. Let's go.
No, I'm good.
It's
I
gonna be
don't know.
cheaper now.
I really
good
want.
on-
I really
I'm good
want.
on
I said we still go.
Why?
I'm good on it.
Why?
Nah, because
Yeah, you're gonna die anyway.
yeah, but
Whoa, ouch.
yeah, I am, but I
You don't want to die this early?
not like this.
I
Yeah.
said it.
I like that.
We're immune to it.
That's what I heard.
I heard that too, but
I
I
believe
don't.
it.
I don't want to
I
test
don't
that
wanna
theory.
get into that.
I don't want to
But
test
I-
that theory either way.
I don't wanna test it.
We got Robitussin and ginger ale.
We do got wild ginger ale.
What
yo.
else do we need?
Yo, they got the new ginger
Oh,
ale
bro,
out too,
pulled
bro.
up. Hey, yo, we get another mic here? How we do this?
Yo, we got the new ginger ale too, bro.
It's all good.
Alright,
we can
no,
share
no,
mic.
no.
I don't care.
No,
we
no,
got
no,
another
Nah,
chair?
I got what's going on?
Yeah, just somewhat.
Rich, pull in.
Pull up, Rich. RBX. But
But
nah,
yo, so I'm gonna
yo,
tell you-
hold on. We got the new ginger ale gold joint.
Yeah.
We straight out.
You
You know
good?
what I'm saying?
Rich from the Bronx.
Y'all
Killing
RBX,
me
what
with
up,
this
brother?
ginger ale.
What up?
Nah, but ginger ale's real.
Go that way. Go that way. Oh, hold up.
Rich from the
Bro,
Bronx.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What up, bro? But now, what was the final, I guess, death knell for them canceling is because too many,
Other major sponsors.
yeah, like a lot of the major sponsors began pulling out. First it was like Netflix, and then Facebook, then Twitter pulled out, and then like Time Warner. So they was like, nah, we good. And so as soon as that happened, he's like, all right, chill. And then the biggest one, like the WHO, the World Health Organization, it was like, yo, chill. Like y'all gotta calm that down.
So, you know my
It makes sense though. I know it's so, but it makes sense because you got
talking
people
about the coronavirus. Hey, yo, one time for my man Rich from the Bronx in the building. Yeah.
like when it, yeah. Nah, it makes sense because you got to think about it. South by Southwest is a worldwide event, even though it's a statewide festival. you got people coming in from all over the world. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where the fear came from, because you got a lot of the places that are infected, I guess, with the virus more so than here. We don't know where it's coming from. We don't understand it yet. You know what I'm saying? Like as a whole, you know what I mean? Like they don't really have a good grasp of what it is, and they don't.
So,
bro, like, yo, you trying to start the apocalypse now? Or something?
no,
Like,
but
what's
listen.
good with you?
I'm gonna break this down. I'm gonna put this into your mind, right?
For sure.
All right. One thing that I don't think nobody really paid attention to: Asian people have been wearing this mask since I've known of Asian people.
Yeah.
Before this coronavirus had even started. They didn't change anything. They're going by their normal daily.
Nah, but mad folks are dying
routines.
over there, bro.
People have been dying in Asia anyway.
I hear you.
This is nothing unusual. It's made the news now, but it's not unusual.
It's unusual because they don't know how this strand is being contracted. People are catching it without even looking at people.
Okay.
This
They
shit made
making
up.
this. man, like,
Another thing,
thank
right?
you. I was trying
Nah,
not to
Hold
say
on.
that.
No,
This
hold
shit
on.
made
Listen,
up.
listen,
It's made
listen.
up.
We're not gonna do that.
Even
Made
with
up.
that,
Made up.
I'm gonna tell y'all like
It
this.
is made up. Let me tell you why. I'm sorry.
Hold on.
Because every election,
Oh my goodness.
every
Keep going.
election, there's an actual virus that kick
I
out.
just said that on Instagram.
So every 4 years, there's a new virus.
That's a
There was
fact.
bird flu, swine flu, Ebola came twice, bro.
It's even viruses we didn't even hear of that they putting out.
Am I lying?
No, that's a fact.
I'm not jacking none of y'all talking about right now.
I know some people don't like
H1N1?
thinking outside of the box, but
All right,
I'm
so
with him
yeah,
on that
I'm
one.
gonna break it down to you, right?
Break it down. Break it down.
Swine flu, what happened to it?
Disappeared.
No cure.
They got a vaccine. What you talking about?
Disappeared.
We got
All right, hold on.
We got
vaccines.
vaccines.
We're gonna be realistic.
It's science.
We're gonna be realistic. Swine flu, what happened to it?
Vaccine. That's the answer.
All right. What's now? What happened to it?
Vaccine. Like every answer is vaccine. Yeah,
Was it the same vaccine?
Nah, it's different ones. I'm saying because it's different. They affect people differently.
Ebola, what happened to it?
I mean, vaccine, bro. Like,
So-
is there an actual?
I mean, like there's no cure for a lot of stuff. Like, but
Did you see the vaccine? Like they said that there was a vaccine.
Who said?
nah,
who said it was a
happened.
vaccine?
If there was no vaccine,
No.
people would still be getting sick.
What?
There has to be one. That's the
Listen.
point I'm trying to
Hold
make.
on. I'm gonna ask you a question.
doesn't know the
What major network said that there was a vaccine for any of this? CNN didn't report there was a vaccine for none of this.
The government just pushed that.
It's not created yet for
Whoa,
this
whoa,
one.
whoa, whoa.
I'm talking about this one right now.
They got something. Watch.
Listen.
All right, go ahead.
Government is dirty. I've been telling y'all this for the.
Yeah, I know that.
You mentioned Ebola.
Yeah,
Yeah,
got this.
but
Everything that comes out disappears with no cure.
it's not true, bro. Everything that comes out,
even all the stuff that you're naming, you know, every time something pops up, you know what I think about? What happened to the chicken pox?
a vaccine. What are you talking?
And it just disappeared like that. Really, the vaccine?
Yeah,
So
man.
again,
You
all right,
believe?
so
I
if
don't
you
wanna
think
get
there's a
into these
vaccine for
vaccines.
everything,
it has to be.
okay. So if you believe there's a vaccine for everything, why don't you go to South by Southwest? You got medical insurance,
Whoa.
right?
I do have insurance.
So you gonna get a vaccine? Go get a shot.
And you good?
They didn't make
you
one
got a
yet.
lot of
It's not-
confidence
it's
in
not out.
that.
It's not out yet. It's not out yet.
I do not want to go get a vaccine for anything.
A vaccine. You don't
I'm
want to
with
get a
you.
shot. You don't want your
shot.
coronavirus shot, bro.
So you get the flu shot?
Nah, I don't, cause I don't get sick like that. Cause I drink orange juice.
I say
Yeah, your
that.
immune system, and you.
I say
My
that.
shit A1 right now.
Mine
It's
too.
big business.
Oh, for sure.
And every
but
time
that's a different topic.
you have
for
an
sure.
election and they need somebody
See, I
to cover
can't
the course
jack
of
that
these
part. but-
campaigns,
go ahead.
you get a virus.
Super fact.
And then the money is it's a 360 deal. When you
Nah,
look
we-
into it,
We gotta look that up.
see who these people get their funds from.
Oh, of
a lot
course,
of
the super PACs for
pharmaceutical
real.
companies.
Super PACs is real. I feel you.
So you put a scare out, you scared everybody.
But
It's
see,
corona.
but the thing is this: how is scaring people going to make them vote for someone they don't want to vote for?
It's not about the
It's
vote.
not about the vote.
So what
it's
is it
about
about
the
then?
money for the campaign.
Again, but that leads to votes, right?
No, not really.
I'm
Everything.
Not,
Not
I'm
really.
not talking about nothing about the vote.
Not
I'm talking
really,
about the
no.
money
Whoa,
for the
I'm gonna let you
campaign.
know. Bloomberg, how much money?
He put up millions, bro.
500.
Ain't nobody vote for him. He still got that money though. People
Nah.
still invested that money
He
though.
lost money though.
People still gave him that money.
He don't need that
Yeah, 'cause he-
fucking
He's a
money.
billionaire. I feel you.
You understand what I'm saying? Like you,
But what are
you
y'all talking about right now?
you-
Which is my question.
listen, bro. I don't care about you. I don't care what it is. I don't care. You could swine. You could mix all of it in a pot. I don't care about none of that.
Yeah, I don't dwell on none of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
But I know for a fact.
Because I feel like arguing. I don't want to argue about this.
Yeah, because that topic really, like, I really go in depth
What else
with
we
that.
got? What else we got?
Oh, so Post Malone.
Ah.
yeah.
So dude,
I
Now.
got a question for these two guys.
So hold on.
It's,
So,
I got a question for these two. You, Rich from the Bronx, and
off-
Rapner Lee.
First off, I just want to say what up to my man Fonz. I ain't seen my man Fonz in a minute.
what's going on, my guy? My guy.
Hey, yo.
I ain't seen my
Okay.
guy in a minute. You
Okay.
okay. Me about Post Malone. I'm telling you right now, I'm out the way. I'm not a fan.
So
I ain't gonna say about it.
Hey,
with the Post Malone,
Post Malone is a guest in hip hop.
He don't even make hip hop, bro. That's all.
When did Post Malone become hip hop?
He's a hip hop artist.
Nah, dog. We not
No.
jacking that.
He's not?
Nah, he's
No.
not. He's
He's
not.
a hip hop artist.
He is not, bro.
so what is he?
You want to know something?
He's
When we was talking
definitely
about this-
alternative.
When we was talking about
That's
this
what-
last week,
Post Malone trash, by the way. Go ahead.
For sure. I'm not gonna argue with you.
as you threw a ringer in, that was you just you acting up. Wow. When we was talking about this last week,
Time. We got 15 minutes.
I thought about something. Yo,
Listen,
Nerd had me at the house tripping. I was sitting. I said I should have told him this at the damn show, and I ain't telling him because he was like, "So what happened to hip hop? What happened? Hip hop is still alive."
it is though.
You remember Common when he did the song "I Used to Love Her"? I know you know Nerd.
Common?
The beanie. I know you know.
Shout out
Now,
to
Yeah, I used to love her,
he
yeah.
said he said they took her to L.A. They had a way with her.
That battle was fire, by the way.
Then
We can get to that.
then we got her back.
Yeah.
Big and Jay and all of that. But over time, it goes different places,
Yeah.
right?
Nah, it's definitely regionalist right now. Yeah, for
It's-
sure.
So hip hop is dead. I'm sorry to tell
Nah,
you.
it's not dead, bro.
You see the pain in his eyes? who is hip hop right now?
Who?
Who?
Griselda.
If you don't, I'm out the way.
My man about to be mad at me. Griselda is hip hop right now.
Griselda is
That's a
hip-hop.
fact.
But
Jada
she-
just
but-
dropped. That's hip hop right now.
Whoa.
Listen,
Listen, but listen.
I would
I
love
talked
to
to one of
talk
my
about
old
that
heads.
We can bring it back. We talked about it.
Oh,
earlier.
y'all
He said
did?
it was
I'ma
he
stay
said-
away
He said
then.
Jada wasn't a classic.
I did say that.
This album you just dropped,
Yeah.
I don't even want to state my opinion. Say
Talked to one of my
what you
old
want
heads.
Nah,
who's
state your
actually-
opinion, yo.
Was actually a hip hop artist,
What'd you say?
and he said a hip hop artist
Uh-huh.
has nothing to do with rap.
Yeah,
It's about controlling the crowd.
I agree with that. I agree
So
with
if
that.
you not the DJ and you can't control the crowd, then you're not a hip hop artist.
I agree with that.
So they're all guests. You found
I like
something
how
that
you broke
works
Hold
for
on,
you.
I didn't make that argument. He did.
I like
They're
how you
all
broke that down.
Wow.
I like how you broke that down, but
Okay, wait. That's not
from-
true. That's not true.
That's just from certain people's perspective, though.
Thank you, because that's not true. Because
what's
there's
not true?
There's people that can control the crowd that are in hip hop.
Okay, so then they not guests.
Okay. Well,
Nah, I
You just
feel
said
you.
they're
All right,
all
cool.
guests.
Well, thank you for correcting me.
Okay.
If you cannot control the crowd on your own,
Right.
because think about it, some of the greatest dudes you've seen rap,
Have horrible stage presence.
they have no
Oh,
stage
that's
presence.
a fact.
So you have to have a hype man. Your hype
that's
man
a great
is doing-
segue. Yo,
your
shout
hype
to
man
Flavor
is doing-
Flav real quick, man.
Fact.
If you
How you
don't, go
go-
ahead with
oh,
Flavor
that's a
Flav.
good.
Good job, real. Thank you, brother.
My man.
You know what? Speaking of hype men, you know how to control the crowd.
Yo,
You know
Flavor
who-
Flav is one of the greatest hype men to ever
True,
do
true,
it, bro.
true.
Yeah,
But
that's
in
a fact.
our generation, you know,
Split.
Oh, Jim Jones.
my guy,
AJ.
my guy,
Me.
Nah,
Jim
it-
Jones.
Yeah, nah, me.
No, cause you definitely hold it down in vibes in the studio.
You know what I'm saying?
But on a bigger platform,
Nah,
Jim
Jim.
Jones.
Oh, I would have never guessed.
Nah,
Jim
but
was
like-
They
gonna
do a
say
good job.
But like, it's
I'm not saying he's
But
not.
listen, he went from the behind the scenes hype man to
Right.
I'm here now. But you go ahead, y'all can talk.
Well, look at Dame Dash. There was a time when Hove couldn't perform. He's standing in one spot. Lyrics was fire, but he was standing in one spot, dead in the center of the stage, right foot out, and just give you that little thing like this.
Yeah, but like
You
the
know
hype,
what made
the
him
hype
change
man-
that up,
dancing
though,
on the
right?
side.
You know what changed Jay's stage presence? When
Beyonce.
he went on tour with.
There you
Stop
go.
it.
There you go.
When he went on tour with DMX.
I agree.
Seeing DMX perform is
It's-
out of this world.
That's a fact.
If nobody ever
He
seen
gonna,
it
he gonna
live,
give you a poem. He gonna cry.
I'm telling
He
you.
gonna
Hold on, one
bark
second.
on stage.
Is DMX album his first album? Is it a classic?
You don't think it is?
No, I do. I just want
It's
to.
Dark and Hell is Hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic.
Did you skip anything
Classic.
on it?
No, especially
Whoa, whoa,
then.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Nah, that's my.
Whoa,
nigga.
whoa, whoa,
Oh
whoa,
my
whoa.
God, my
not-
chest
you're
hurt.
the-
Question.
Y'all about to give me a heart
Question.
attack.
Now,
Like 10
You heard
days.
what I just said? I
to-
said then? No. I just said
now,
that.
okay,
Now.
but now,
Now I would.
would you skip any song?
Yes,
of your-
I would.
It's still no.
On
It's
the,
still a
on the
classic,
DMX
though.
album, on the first one, it's
Now-
Dark and Hell is Hot.
Are you
If you
skipping
listen to
anything?
it now, you're going to skip some songs.
Can you skip? It's can you skip some songs?
And I
or
say
a
no.
song?
No, you
on-
can't.
He can't.
I
but
can't.
everybody else is in here. Can
Nah, that's
you
only
skip
three
a
people,
song?
yo. That's 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, Rich, what you say?
put me in a trick bag with that. I love
Nah, it's no
DMX.
That's a
Put me
good question
love
though.
DMX too.
Now
It depends
compared
on
to
the mood
then.
I'm
Listen,
in.
Dark
That's
and
a
Hell
good
is hot.
question.
I
depends
forgot
on
what
the
age
what.
I was at. I was
We
in
was-
the
we
park.
was 12 years old, bro.
I was doing push-ups in the park playing basketball. I know exactly where I'm at. That's a classic album, but I can skip
Classic.
some now.
You know
I skip
what?
some songs now.
You can skip a few songs.
Thank you.
But that's
Thank you.
But you're gonna think.
So
It,
not
it
jacking
depends.
That's
if you
what
talking-
any
if you
old
talking about
classic though.
mood, what you like as you get older. You can skip a few songs. There's some joints that's classics that you can't get away from, but there's some that all right.
I know we just talking about DMX, but it's a lot of classic
Rich,
albums
man.
back then that I would never skip a song then that I would now.
I'm not arguing with that. I agree with you.
No, everybody.
I'm arguing with
everybody
that.
agrees.
I'm arguing with that.
Always when it comes to you.
Again, like I said last time, he's in the corner with his black and mild and the lights turned off. So he's not. He's not in
that seat last week, about to tear my hat off.
Listen, man. But even with that being said, Drake don't got classic albums yet.
That's a fact.
So
No, I agree.
Not
I
one.
agree there.
Even though I'm a Drake fan, you don't got that
Not
classic
one.
album yet.
No,
I'm
He
waiting.
came close.
I actually think his
He came
very
close.
first-
What was the closest?
Let me take that back.
Second album.
I think his first album was a classic.
What is considered Drake's first album? I always got confused with the.
Thank Me Later.
Thank Me Later was
what was the
official.
So Far Gone thing?
That was a mixtape. It was a
Oh,
mixtape.
so the comeback season was a mixtape too.
Yep.
Oh,
Comeback
I
Thank
season.
Me
get it.
Later
I
was
get
a classic.
I get it.
Listen, you can listen.
Oh,
to that
Thank Me Later.
start-
I mean,
that's
it
the
was
start
the
to
closest
finish.
album.
He has
Okay.
not.
I'm
That's
skipping
the
hella
start.
songs on that. I'm skipping like
I
three.
don't remember the
least
name
three.
of the album.
Then and now.
What album was it when Lil Wayne was locked up?
What, the Wayne album?
No. What Drake album was
Not with
out?
the blue cover. Is
I
it,
don't remember.
It was either Thank Me Later or
Thank Me
Nothing
Later.
Was the
Thank
Same.
Me Later.
Thank me later. Now I'm
Because they had
gonna
to miss me. Really going on.
I'm gonna say
No, that's on the first album, bro.
Yeah. Thank Me Later. That was the
I don't
joint
even
when
know
he
what
said
album.
when Lil Wayne was on the track and he was talking about leaving and.
No, that's not the first album.
Oh, I'm telling you.
okay, but listen. I don't know which album it is. Whatever album came out while Lil Wayne was locked up, I'm gonna say that is a classic album. Why? He had at least 10 radio #1 hits that
He
everybody
didn't go number
loved.
one until like 4 albums later, though.
But listen what I'm saying. At that time, any song that came on the radio had Drake
You right.
on it.
That was
you
his
know what I
first
mean. So
album.
you gotta say
But I
that
think
as
I'll
a
Take Care, my
classic
bad.
album
I
because
think I'll
there's
Take Care.
not one track on that album that you don't know word for word or every other word.
But it wasn't a #1 album, though. Oh, you trying to get flagged, bro. You bugging.
I don't care. I don't care what the
song.
Billboard
Yeah.
100 say. I'm saying what we said
What
and what
album was
we
that
was
off?
partying to in the
Me
club,
Later.
in the club, in the radio.
So
that
Thank Me Later.
Yeah, that
Me Later.
album, you listen to it in the club, you listen to it in the radio, you listen to it in the dark with your black
Thank
and mild.
Me
Like,
Later.
you,
Nah, Take Care, bro.
I still think it's.
This
You
is
can
something
say
personal for you.
close.
What?
This is some person. He just gave you facts.
No, he did.
You understand?
But I
now,
was-
now
that was
when
Thank-
we
it was
in the
Thank Me
absence,
Later.
when we in the absence of fact, then we speaking on feeling. We talking faith, right?
Yes.
Fair.
He gave you fact.
Yeah.
give him the
And you
mic, give
come
him
in
the
with
mic,
feeling.
give him the mic, give him the
I
mic.
love you and I love your presence, but you gonna stop that.
My God.
Give him the mic.
That's my
Give him
God.
the mic.
But I'm agreeing with him, though.
Oh, you agreeing?
Yeah.
I apologize.
You feel like he was setting that up for you?
Low key, low key.
I take all that back.
Nah, but I mean, the way you feel about that album is how I feel about Take Care. You know what I'm saying?
But
I'm
we talking-
agreeing with you, though.
But yeah, but we talking about facts.
Came
At
close,
that
not
time,
with you,
classic.
though. It
Neither
yeah,
one.
I'm just saying. So to say that he don't have a classic album to me, that's not.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I feel like it's close.
Close.
Even the second one was
at
classic.
that
It's
time,
close. This is close.
Hold
I'm
on,
talking
let
about
me
like front to back, like classic.
that
you know what I'm
time,
saying?
Thank Me Later. I
we
love that song. I
we
don't
gon-
even like Drake like that.
Hold on, we're
But
gonna
I
be
like that, but
realistic.
I don't like
I'm
him.
gonna put it to
And
you.
that, like, I have a like a.
Okay.
No,
Love
let
hate
me tell you.
relationship.
Yeah, because let me tell you, I don't like when Drake sings. I love when Drake rap.
That's you.
But some of the singy songs I do like, but it's not like a.
The songs with melody.
No, no, no.
I was about to say, I guarantee you have a
No,
couple
no,
you
no.
like.
Coming home, that's my
It's
joint.
not. You know,
That's
it's,
cool.
you know how when I like him because he's such a good rapper without singing.
Right.
I kind of
Yeah,
just
that
want.
makes sense.
I
That's
want
all you wanna
one-
hear,
Yeah,
'cause you know-
Yeah, I'm being selfish. Because it's like he talks so slick and so like I've been
Yeah,
like,
he
talk
does.
that shit, Drake.
Yeah. Right.
And then when he sings, it's like I don't. Okay, I know where you're going and what you're doing, but I don't want that person.
I got a question.
I get it. I get it.
got a question.
I get
I got a
it.
question.
But I mean, I love him.
So
but
what
I
I go
don't
back to though.
What?
Ooh, Jay,
DMX.
Nah, DMX did that.
That all go back to DMX.
who had a classic album?
Which Drake had a beef
couple.
with.
No skips.
Which Drake had a beef with DMX at some
You
point.
beef with DMX.
Nah, DMX
Yeah,
was having
right.
beef with him, I think.
You can't be.
And they beef with each other.
Nah, but so if Drake his forthcoming album that he drops, right? If it's all rap, will it be a classic that you're skipping? Are you gonna skip some songs on it?
Depends on my mood.
He has the talent to do that, though.
No, I know.
That's why I wish he
I
would
want him
do
to.
it.
I
want him-
personally believe if Drake does a full rap album,
It's gonna be crazy,
It'd be a
right?
classic.
I think
out
that'll
of
be the
this-
first classic.
out
Yes.
of this world.
I agree.
I think he has.
I mean, he
has
can,
it
no,
in
but
him
he
to
can
do that.
rap without. He can rap and still do girl songs without. no, I'm just
No, I
chilling.
feel
Being
you, I feel
honest.
you.
He
It
can
made
do
me-
that.
it made me laugh.
He tell bro.
What was the last album he did?
That double album.
Scorpion.
Yeah, Scorpion.
I love Scorpion.
Me too.
That was
But-
fire.
Both sides.
And going into it, I
I
heard
don't
about
listen to it straight
I heard about Scorpio in the barbershop. Scorpion in the barbershop. I'm a big Pusha fan. Big Pusha fan. So I had the EP from Pusha.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even listen to nothing from Drake. So when he's dropping the joints, I'm like, oh, ain't no way Drake can fucking push.
Right.
That's over. Then I'm in the barbershop. They playing the joint. And you hearing track after
It
track
kept going, right?
after track.
Know what I
And it
mean?
goes back to what we said the last time. If you going to do a whole song, it's really quality over quantity with me. I'm going to give you these 2 bars in this song, and they're going to take that back to you. And that's what he did.
Yeah.
And all them joints. Sandra's Rose and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Fire. I still love Push, though.
No, I feel you. And Push did have a fire verse on Kiss album. Yeah, I think he actually out rap verse. I mean, on Kiss, but
I'll take that.
that's a different topic. We're gonna talk about that next week.
We're
And
gonna stop bringing this Kiss
and-
album up.
Not talk
And-
about it.
Talk
No,
about
I'm
no.
a big Kiss fan, man.
But listen,
but
I
what?
hate
listen,
that album.
hold on, wait.
Ooh, why?
Speaking of Pusha,
No.
You hate the you
I
hate
hate
the
it.
for the record,
Is it a classic?
No.
it's classic. For the record,
That's all.
Pusha T manager
not.
is a snitch. For
Wow.
the record, I'ma say that
Damn.
he snitch. He a snitch. He a snitch. And I think he on Vlad trying to sell his book.
Nah, I feel
He a
that.
snitch.
Nah, I feel you on that. You
He a
throwing that- you
snitch.
throwing
My,
that out
my
there.
mother gotta go to jail. I ain't telling on nobody.
I hear you.
Facts, though.
Nah, it's a fact. That's a fact.
They gotta prove it.
I gotta dig into that.
But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. But
So hold
it's-
on. You said the Kiss album is.
All right, this is how I feel about Kiss. I'm a real big Kiss fan. Like, I've been listening to the Locks like the rest of us. Actually, and people always bugging off me. Chic is my favorite one, though. That's besides
I've
the
heard
point.
that. I heard that.
But Kiss for years, man.
Is he better than Fab?
Oh, Kiss?
Yeah.
See, the thing about Kiss, man, everything sound the same. Everything.
Proceed.
Fab,
But he don't rap the same though.
everything sounds the same. I can listen to something on this album that sound like
I get
something
it. It's
10
his
years
cadence,
ago.
His tempo.
Like, I know he's better than that, man.
What about the words though?
The words
He's
are
saying the
great.
same thing.
They're great,
No,
but
no,
it's
no.
the same format, everything. And actually, you can
perpetual
listen to a
oyster
song on
bars.
this album and listen to his first album. He might be talking about the same shit on both albums, just flipped it a little bit.
Nah.
I'm telling you,
It is
really,
different- it is different.
really
Listen
listen
to
to
Kiss
Kiss. Really listen to him,
Listen
man.
to Kiss the Gang Goodbye, then listen to Ignatius and tell me it's not a similar format, bro.
Fab, y'all brought up Fab. He just keep, he never disappoint me, man.
I brought up Fab because I said
He
it was
never
25 rappers better
disappoint
than
me.
him. But, so whatever.
What?
I think it's 25.
25 rappers better than
I
that.
think so.
Yes, he
I
did.
totally think so.
Bar for bar?
Yeah, bar for bar, for
Bar
sure.
for bar.
He's not
Give me-
rap nerd.
Give me 5.
What?
5 off rip right now?
Right now.
Black Thought.
Stop.
No.
Stop.
You got 2 minutes.
my
Stop. Let me
God.
eat. Let me eat.
Listen.
Let me eat for 2 minutes.
Y'all really about to do this to me?
What'd you just tell him earlier? It's what?
He
Feelings?
said
Just
I'm going with
25.
fact, though. This
You
is,
going with fact?
I'm going with fact.
Give me the 5, quick.
All right.
Quick.
You got Black Thought, right?
Black Thought,
Right. You got Pharaoh Munch,
Pharoah Monch,
right? You got Lupe.
Lupe.
Right? That's 3.
Oh my God.
So Lupe's not better than Fab.
Don't,
Stop
don't
it.
get sidetracked. Go.
All right. I said Pharaoh Munch, Black Thought, Lupe Fiasco, Joe Budden. He's definitely better than Fab. And Styles P.
I love that everybody has their own
That's
train
not
of
my
thought when
top
it comes
5.
to rap.
You don't agree with that though.
No.
Not
First
one-
of all,
not
I'm
one of
still,
the 5.
I'm gonna get back into the 5, but but he said 25 MCs are better than
I
Fab.
got 20 more. I got 20 more after that.
That's crazy.
Hey, listen. On that note,
Oh my
hey yo,
God.
rap nerd do drugs. It's your boy
Oh my
AJ.
God.
It was Richard the Bros.
Rap nerd leave. And I don't do drugs. I'm drug free.
Exclusive BOP, man.
Yo,
Nice
Blazer
to meet you.
Bars, yo, we out, yo.
That's crazy.
I said, yeah, hey yo, they waiting for it. I said, what? I said, they waiting for it.